Step 1. Know your tank. Knowing your tank is very important just because you don't have very much ammo, as you can see in these pictures, and you're very mobile and you need to know how to use your speed. Here are some pictures of me getting masteries and masteries and masteries in my RU251 just to prove you that I can actually teach you. And yeah, mastery, another mastery, and then the team tab. I did a lot of damage actually, and you'll see in this video how to play like me, or even better. I don't know, I'm not the best player. Again, mastery after mastery. Step 2. Ammo management. Okay, so now we are at step 2, which is ammo management. And ammo management is very important on any tank category, not just the light tanks. And why? And this is because you should always move. And for example, if you can only see the front of the tank, you should probably fire AGAT if you can't move away and stuff like that. You know, all the situations. I'm gonna go through that in the future episodes or even in this one, but this one is just about light tanks. Okay, so let's just go straight into ammunition tab. So I use around 18 AP, 11 AGAT, and 12 AG. And why, you might be asking, is just because the RU251 has 102 millimeters of penetration with AG. This is quite a lot. For example, you can easily penetrate actually the sides of a Tiger II, and this is awesome because kind of like usually you deal around 260 damage, and this is better than a high roll of AP. And also sometimes you will deal around 330 damage, and this is actually quite a lot considering that your reload time is very small for the RU. Okay, now as for the Type 62, it's pretty much the same thing, except that I use less AG just because I don't use it, because it does not have extraordinary penetration like the RU has. See? Sorry. So 25 AP, 14 heat, and 8 AG. So this is for the ammo. This is it for the ammo management. Now I'm going to show you a clip in which you will actually get to see why ammo management is important. So in this clip you'll see me win a 1v1 with the RU251. So right now I'm trying to kill that object, and I use heat just because I cannot penetrate with my normal AP, and I want to get him low on HP. So right here I rolled 330 just because I use AG, and this is how important it is. And I'm in slow motion, 250 damage. See, this is how important it actually is to use AG. Now I deal 255, so as I've told you, 260 is pretty much the average damage. So right now we are pretty much at the same HP, but he is trying to run away and he just can't shoot me just because of his gun depression being bad. Right now we're just gonna rush him. This shot goes straight into his tracks, only dealing 100 damage. Just because I don't want to risk myself, I ram him. Step 3. Consumables, provisions, equipment. The consumables are a very important part actually of this game that can change how you perform and even how your team performs, because this game is very team based. So, the camouflage. Well, you don't really need camouflage because you're a light tank, and okay, sometimes you should snipe. For example, if you get in tier 9 you should snipe, but that's more of a tactic thing and I'll go through that later. But if you have enough money, or if you want to use camouflage, you totally can. So it's not something that you should, I mean, it's not something like, it's not very important, but if you want, you can use. As for the consumables, well, I use the multi-purpose restoration pack just because you can pretty much do all the things you can do with these two, plus
I can also extinguish fire. And why I don't use this one is just because I have quick reactions and I can easily extinguish a fire in like a maximum of 0.5 seconds. And also, you're not gonna be set on fire more than one time a battle, and even that is pretty rare, to be honest. And then I use the first aid kit and the repair kit. Why I don't use adrenaline or a speed boost is just because for 15 seconds 20% loading speed is just not enough. And also you're a light tank, you have a pretty good reload speed. I mean 4.6 seconds on the RU if you have the right provisions and equipment, and I'll go to that later. I mean right now. For the provisions, you should use a chocolate just because it gives you a little bit better reload, and also the aiming time and moving accuracy, and the true traverse, probably even the speed, but not necessarily your top speed, but your acceleration goes faster. The improved fuel, well, you are already very fast, and if you play the RU, you generally don't play to make credits, so you can go very expensive on ammo. And also the chocolate bar, because it also helps you with the reload time, even though the difference is slight, it is there and it might actually win your gunfight. Now for the equipment, I use the medium caliber tank gun rammer, which I use on most of my tanks, but again that's only the light tank tutorial. I'm gonna go you through all the other categories later in further episodes. Sorry, I'm just very ill and my voice is probably cringy right now, but I just can't do anything about it. Also, I also use the ventilation class 1, sorry, just because it also helps you very much with your reload speed and aim time, blah blah blah. And the vertical stabilizer Mark 1 on the RU, because I'm gonna fire on the move a lot and my top speed is very high, and this higher top speed actually does affect your accuracy on the move, and you need this. Now for the Type 62, this is more of a slower light tank. I mean, it is very maneuverable, but the top speed is pretty much 60 kilometers an hour. You're gonna get 50 most of the times, just because you're not going in a straight line, you know, so you're gonna turn a lot and you're gonna circle tanks a lot. It's not like you're not gonna do that in the RU, but the RU has better acceleration, and also traverse might be better. I don't really know, I haven't checked the numbers, but you don't need the improved fuel here. The consumables are the same, but as for the provisions, I only use the improved combat ration and the standard combat rations, just because they help, sorry for the WhatsApp, with the reload time and aim time, etc. For the equipment, I use pretty much the same thing, except that instead of the vertical stabilizer, I use a light spall liner, just because, as I've said earlier, this tank is a bit slower, and the chances of you getting hit are higher, just because, you know, since you are not that fast, it's easier for the enemies to hit you, so probably they're gonna use AG, so having this is not pretty bad. And then we have a medium caliber tank gun rammer and an improved ventilation class 1. So that's it for the consumable. See you at the tactics and the video.
Step 4. Tactics. Before any battle, look closely at the team composition because it is very important. So here I see that most of the enemy team is based off heavies and TDs, so I go to cap B because I was pretty sure that they're not gonna be B. I knew that they were gonna be C just because of the team composition, so I cap B. And now I shoot that SDA and go back and cover, and I switch to AG just so that I can pen him. Okay, so right now I'm not killing, I'm just shooting that one, going back to cover, you know, shooting him again, going back to cover. This is what you should do. This is why we're in the tactics section. Shoot him, go back to cover. And don't always focus on kills, focus on damage more, because this is a team-based game, you know? Now I switch to AG, just a little more damage, and this is part of a tactic too. And flank him and kill him. See? My teammate killed him. And now I'm stuck, but not for a long time. Okay, now I'm going for a STA1. Again, AP, bang. Nice, 265 damage. And I go back into cover just so that I don't get shot. This is very important. Okay, now, just because there might be other tanks to my left, I go to the right so that I don't get hit. And here's the guy. I shoot him again with AAG and set him on fire and kill him, you know? This is why you should use AG, because you have a higher chance of setting them on fire, even though your aiming time or your response reflexes may be slower, just because you have to aim at certain spots. So right now the Helsing, poor old Helsing, I'm just gonna shred him with my AG, sorry. 283 damage, and here's my only mistake from this one. I shoot him at the mantlet and he basically absorbed all the damage, but it doesn't even matter because I get the kill anyway. And now some gameplay for you, full gameplay.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you